That is a stunning piece of wood. I would have never thought in a million years that that would have ended up coming out. Don't even see it very well because it's so shiny, the light's reflecting off of it. But I took that. So this is the project. I'm calling it my prehistoric bowl, as you can see from the title. The reason being is because it's old, chunky and rough around the edges, just like me. So sticky and horrible. So yes, so yeah, nothing else to say really. It's failed. No good. So I'll see you guys next week. Fresh new project, one that works. And take care. Speak to you soon, and bye for now. Good afternoon, or did you hear that? My daughter's in Wisbech.
Oh, sorry.
Anyway, good afternoon. Hope everybody's well. Welcome to another Sunday Live with me and my lovely wife, Nick. Nice to see so many in the chat. Thank you so much for each and every one of you coming over. I know it said in the listing that we was going to be doing fruit today, but the bits...
Again? Are you ever surprised that I never get what I want? No. Story of my life.
I will do them. It's just the narrow centres that I ordered to hold the fruit haven't turned up yet. So I know Wayne the Woodturner told me a different way to do it, but I want to have a go at doing it with the two. Yeah, I know. So anyway, end of the excuses. So Nick had a choice of what she wanted me to do. She said, "Oh, you're not doing another bowl. Fill up your doing bowl." So what she wanted me to do was a mushroom. So I've turned some little tiny mushrooms before. What are you laughing at?
Nothing.
So I've turned some little tiny mushrooms before. So I thought we'd turn a nice chunky mushroom, and maybe if we get a bit of time.
Don't tell me you're going to colour it.
Pete's put, "Hooray, come to his senses." If we get time, I may give it a bit of colour, but I don't really want to colour it. I'd rather see the natural grain of the wood, but we'll see what happens. So that's what we're going to do. I do apologise if you've come over to see the wood.
You lost 20 people now.
If you come over to see me turn fruit. But I will do it. If the bits turn up next week, we'll do it next Sunday. So,
so you're going to do me a fruit bowl of fruit?
Don't push it, love. So, obviously we're going to be working from centres again, between centres again, like we was on Friday night. So what I'll do is I'll mark this up for in between centres, then we'll line up the lathe, and then I'll get this between centres. And while I'm doing this, Nick, just let us know who's in the chat and welcome you all in.
Good morning or good afternoon to everybody. And on the chat we have first, as usual, Wood Wizardry by Colin. We've got Pete from Twisted Trees. We have Douglas Mungham. We also have Barry's Woodturning. We have Forking Owls. We also have Mark Pritchard. We also have Lawrence. I ain't even pronouncing his surname. We also have Michael A. Turning Down Under. Welcome. Not seen you on here before.
Welcome, Michael.
We have Gerard the French Turner. We have Midnight Joker. We have Mike Yu, Hobby Woodturning from Ilminster. Hodgepodge Woodworks. I do know their names, but I can't remember.
Robert.
John S. Sidley61, we're not seen you on here before, welcome. Robert Nye. Apparently down in Sussex they've got no snow.
Really? I know some places are saying they got 3 inches of it.
Yeah, no, is it real then? Circular Wood by, no, it's Circular Wood. Andy H is returning.
Is that real inches or man inches?
Keith said the sun's out there in West Sussex.
Nice.
It's quite cold here today, you know, it's not too cold in here. I've just told you to turn that down and now I'm sat down. I've got cold again.
Well, we can turn it up.
TJ Turning. Sorry if I've missed anyone, I do apologise. It can be quite, the chat's quite long. And we did have a look at the bit that Mark told us about the participants, but that doesn't, we found out it doesn't list everybody. So, I Love Woodturning by Adam, welcome. Nick Castle, welcome to Neil Gould. Benjamin is on, Alex Lammy. Gav, is that Cedar Woodwork? Would you say Cedar?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Ronnie, I ain't going to pronounce his surname either. Welcome to the group. We've not seen you on here before. No. I've done it again.
Another one there, Clive Rogerson. Haven't seen that gentleman. Welcome.
No, you've gone too quick because there was someone else.
Oh man, they're coming in.
James Cassidy.
They're coming in thick and fast now. Can't keep up with the chat.
One. Oh, Peter Lake. Welcome. Not seen you on here before. Mark the Gentleman Woodturner. Good afternoon, Mark. Hope you're well. Rex B is on. If I've missed anyone again, I do apologise. This chat is very long. Brent Beecroft is on. Clive Rogerson. Hello, Steve. Steve. Hi, Steve. Good afternoon, boys and girls.
Mark's just put, missed me. Can't believe you missed me.
I didn't miss you. Brian J. Owlsby is on. I've got quite a lot of new names on him.
Yeah, there's some new names on there this morning.
Vince Kerrigan. Not heard him before. He said there's no snow in Huddersfield.
Oh, really? We had a little bit last night, but not a great deal.
Yeah. Another one there. Andy. No, again, another unusual surname. Looks Welsh, but I'm not going to guess. Posh Firewood Green.
Yeah.
Welcome to our chat.
Vince Carrington.
I said him.
Kerrigan.
Stop interrupting.
Sorry, darling.
Right, so welcome to everybody to Steve's Sunday Afternoon Live, or as he calls it, the Nicky Show.
The Nicky cooking chopping veg show.
Yeah, I've got potatoes and carrots to prep.
So, as always, guys, if there's a question, please put Q in capital or question, so Nick knows there's a question, so we know what we're doing. But welcome to everybody, and a massive thank you to all the newbies coming, all the new people come over today. I really do hope you enjoy what you see. If there's anything that you think we could do better, drop a question or drop a comment in the chat, and we'll see what we can do to improve the lives.
And
Right.
as you said the other day, no question is a silly question.
No, don't be
Because if you
frightened
don't
to.
ask, you don't learn.
Yeah, don't be frightened to ask a question, because no question is a stupid question, and you only learn by asking questions. So,
Can't you tell I work in a school?
yeah. So Colin's already asked a question here. Question: Are
Oh, I haven't
those
got that far. I'm sorry. I was just going back through the chat again. Go on.
are those centre finders better than the large round ones? I don't use a round large one, Colin. I use this. It's got a make on it actually. Whatever it's called. Oh, it's called Centre Finder. It's pretty clever actually. So I bought this from, I think it was West Country Woodturning, but I also, because I'm an engineer or an ex-engineer, I've got one of these as well. So I use this if that's large pieces, but 9 times out of 10 I use this. But handy to have, easy speed square. Basically you got your 90-degree corner there, and then you've got I would imagine that's a 45 there for smaller pieces. But good piece of kit to have, makes life a little bit easier. Right, so I want to try and keep a little bit of this bark as we're bringing over the top of the mushroom.
That could have been the top of the mushroom.
What?
That'd have been like mouldy mushroom.
Right, Nick. Right, okay, yeah. Just you brought me off my track now. So anyway, I'm going to try and keep a band of this for the mushroom head, and obviously we're going to have a small leg, and then I'll put what I'm going to do first off is I'm going to square this up a little because it's not been cut quite square with the chainsaw, and I'm going to try and get a mortar. No, not a mortar. It's a tenon on the bottom here, so we can clamp it in our jaws to give us some nice security. So that's what I'm going to do first. So I'm not going to actually touch it until I get the end cut ready to go into our jaws of our chuck. So
Right, can I just say, Pete from Twisted Tree said, anyone put captive rings on apples before?
don't go there. We don't want no captive rings.
And can I just say, welcome to the chat to Ian Leonard and your dad. Your dad. They're all on.
Yeah, we've got a bit of woodworm in there for sure. So they must be dead because there's no fairy bits in there. So, oh yeah, hello, Dad. I did say Dad was in, didn't I?
Mm.
So I'm just gonna use a parting tool to take this down. And that's because it's a bit out of shape. We've got a little bit of vibration on the lathe.
We've got Jack Jamino on.
Yes, I think
that's
he's the gentleman who runs the beginners woodturning group.
All right.
So welcome.
Need to put your phone on silent.
Say again, sorry. Phone on
silent. That's probably Mark, 'cause he likes to make your phone whistle. Vince, did I say Vince Kerrigan? But welcome to the chat anyway.
It's a bit uneven that way, it would.
Benjamin said, will it be a Tiny Turner style mushroom?
What's a Tiny Turner style mushroom?
I don't know what Tiny Turner did.
I'll tell you one thing though, Benjamin. It won't be as good as the Tiny Turners. Like I say, I've turned some little ones before, but never a large mushroom. What are you laughing at?
Nothing, just you. I don't know if I said hello to Clive Rogerson. If I have missed anyone, just welcome to the chat and thank you for spending time and coming over. Brian J. Owlsby.
Brian? Hopefully this camera's sorted now. Hopefully that's not going to glitch too much. Right, so I need about a 50mm foot on this for the jaws, because I'm using the Record Power SC4 standard jaws, 50mm or 51mm, whatever you want to call them. Just try and get rid of that little tab in there. So I think just take a little bit more off that little uneven bit in the middle there. I think we'll be there. So now we can get a nice tight grip on our, you can't really see that on there. Let's see if I can get a bit better picture. No, it's no different. Oh, let me take it out and I'll show you. So now we've got a nice tenon on there. We can get a nice grip now in our jaws, because I'm not a great lover of turning in between centres, massive pieces. So,
You know, you said no question's a silly question.
yeah.
Douglas Mungham said, question, Steve, how long's a piece of string?
Depends how long you cut it. That could be a little bit smaller, really, that tenon, but that'll be alright. So loosely in there, push the weight on it, just to push it tight against your chuck, and then nip it up. Just nice and tight, because we don't want that coming out. I'm taking this on the chin. Snip up the tailstock.
Pete said he was here to tell you that the wooden fruit is just silly. Mushrooms aren't much better, but at least we can snigger at the shape.
Well, that's what I thought. You know, with your distorted minds.
Mark said a captive ring on a mushroom would work.
No, Mark. Mark, keep that up, mate.
I haven't seen you do a captive ring yet.
I'll never do one either.
Forking Owl said, Steve, is there going to be a funnel today?
No, sorry, not today. So I'm just going to let's just roughly work out some spacing we want. So I want, what's the matter here?
Mike said he thought there was something on his screen first, so he tried to wipe it off.
What was it then?
The wood.
Oh. So let's have a
No,
look.
Barry, no funnel today, sorry.
Don't know how close I want
Paul
that.
Smith's in. Sorry, Paul, I missed him.
Hi, Paul. Hope you're well. So I want
Wait a minute, you got a question, Bab. Jax said, what, I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right, if I'm not, just say, what sort of jaws are you using, Steve?
They are the standard jaws that come with the chuck. Let me just see if I can. So does it say on the box?
Just quickly, hello, Tommy's Workshop. Hello,
just says
Bowman.
Just says 50mm general purpose jaws, Jack. Obviously it's what comes with the CS3 and CS4 chuck. They've got a slight taper on them, obviously, to give you that dovetail grab. Internal, external, depending on what you want. But they are a good set of jaws. But nothing special. They're like I say, they're just the standard jaws that come with it. So I'm going to make
Wait a minute. Mark said Nikki, Tiny Turner did a rude-shaped mushroom. Lol. And Douglas Mungham said, how long is a piece of string? Again. I learnt a question from before, don't you?
Right, so I'm going to do quite a large head on this and only a short stubby leg. So I'm going to start taking, I want to leave perhaps 20mm of bark if I can. So I'm going to start turning from here somewhere and start curving it. Obviously we're going to leave the last finished curve until we get to the end, because we don't want to, what's the matter?
No, I'm just...
Right. So,
There's loads of questions.
oh, is it?
Midnight Joker said, do you prefer a longer, thinner mushroom or a shorter, thicker mushroom?
Right, I'm going to start turning. She
And
can ask me questions while.
can you do that? Gerard said, has anybody ever turned hornbeam? My brother-in-law has a piece he just cut down. Never heard hornbeam?
No, never.
Pete said, grab that, Gerard, that's a great timber. Apparently it's hard stuff, but it turns well. Colin wants to know, does the SC4 companion chuck come with the chuck key?
I would imagine so. That should give you a list on the when you look at getting a companion chuck. It should give you a list of what actually comes in the box. I would imagine. I think the only difference is you don't get the jaws.
Welcome, IDR Woodturning.
Hi, Ian.
Stuart Hayes, welcome.
Hi, Stuart.
Right, Jack's got another question. Seen your lathe a while ago and always been impressed with the coronet.
Yeah.
Looking to change my lathe between the coronet and the Stratus FQ180. Can't afford the 230 but fancy Stratos. Steve, what's your opinion on the SC4?
The SC4 chuck is a good chuck. I really do like it. I've got an SC3 as well. The thing that lets the SC3 down is the chuck key. It's not really long enough. Let me just do this pass and I'll show you why.
Sorry, that was a different question from a different person.
Alright.
But what do you say, Jack? Sorry, said there's lathe between the coronet and the Stratus.
I really couldn't say.
Probably better to look it up and see what the reviews are.
I don't know what. I'm not 100% up on the specs of the machines because I'm happy with the lathe I got, and I don't really look if I'm happy with what I got. But like Nick said, you're better off just checking the specs, and really, it's what you want to do with it. Really, that's the main thing. It's not about what other people think; it's what you want to do with it. Right. So the question about the SC4 3 and 4. Right. This is the chuck key for the SC3. This is the chuck key for the SC4. This is a much better idea. It's an Allen key with a ball on the end, so you can give it move about. So if you've got big pieces in, you can move about. The issue I have with the SC3 chuck is if you've got a big piece in your chuck, you struggle getting that in because one, the handle hits on the piece, and two, this has to go dead in the hole, accurate. If not, it doesn't hit the teeth correctly because it's got to line up with a hole in the bottom of the chuck. The other issue I have with this is, again, because the key's not long enough, I have my cold draws on my SC3. The reason I don't use them so much is because the key's not long enough because it hits on the cold draws. I know I can cut this and extend it, but I don't like doing that because to me it feels like a bit of a botch. That's why eventually I shall buy another SC4 for my cold draws. But like I say, at the moment it's not. I don't need to. But that's the thing I don't like about the SC3 is the key. If I had the same key as the SC4, it'd be absolutely perfect in my eyes.
Right, Dr. Bob's on.
Hi Robert, how you doing, sir?
People are commenting on lathes and stuff, so. Yeah. Barry's Wood Creations is on.
Hi,
Amy's
Barry.
on. Hi, Amy.
Hi, Amy.
Have you sent her a bowl?
No, I haven't had a chance to post it. I'll get it in a post this week, Amy.
You're never going to get this done. Michael A. Turning Down Under. What setup do you use What setup do you use for sharpening your tools?
Robert Sorby Pro Edge.
Benjamin said you've got to improve. God, I got right teeth in this morning. Last afternoon. Improve your fake laugh. It's not very convincing.
Who, me?
Yeah.
What are you saying, Ben?
Barry said the camera's brilliant.
Good. Should be a bit better quality of picture.
Tournage du Bois is on.
Hi, Daniel.
That sounds posh. That Tournage du Bois.
So I'm not going to finish that right off on the end there. Reason being is we can finish it off once we get the rest turned out. So I just want to try and get a little bit of a swoop in there. A little bit more. Got a couple of little cracks can in there. We'll just fill them up with super glue. I'll just bring that down just a little bit more. Not a lot. Perhaps another quarter of an inch.
A lot of people have commented, go for the Stratus all day long.
Yeah. So it's down to the individual. I mean, I was quite lucky. I bought this, done a few reviews, bought this, and I've been happy with it. Had a few little issues with it, but nothing major.
YB Woodshed is on.
Hi, Andrew. I think that's Andrew.
Yep. Brian said the companion chuck on the Record Power website does not mention a chuck key. No. Mike Hugh, I said hello to him, haven't I?
I suppose if you already got an SC4, you don't need a chuck keys. You can have one already, don't you?
Door 60's on.
Hi, door. I suppose that's the way to look at it. If you're buying the SC4 companion, you've already got an SC4. So you've already got a chuck key. Let's put that on that camera. Perhaps
Richard RJK Spinning Wood is on.
Hi, Richard. So let's have a look at that. So I think what I'll do now is I'll come in here. We'll come in there, take a bit out of that. Just get a mark.
Said, true, excellent video quality. You are on par with Martin Sabian Smith, Steve.
Oh, I won't go that far. Martin is a legend.
Klondike's on. Klondike Craftsman.
Hi, Lewis.
He's got more renovating today. So he's popped on, said hello, and he's got to go.
Nice to see you, sir. Got a bit of fibre in my diet. Alright, so let's take all this excess off of here.
Richard RJK Spinning Wood said, Nikki, with all these questions, are you going to get your veggies prepared? Yeah, I'm really good on multitasking.
I suppose I should be using a 1/2 inch gouge on that really, rather than a little tiny 3/8. Take a bit more meat out of it. Da, 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 da. No, sorry. Forgot I was live then. I was just going to start singing to myself.
I've got a question.
What?
Shall I make a cake?
Should you make cake?
I think I'll make a cake. Fancy making a cake.
Victoria.
Oh, yeah, but the girls like chocolate. So I'm going to do half and half, I think. Because if you have a whole one, then it's just greedy.
I have a whole one. I'll eat a whole one. Oops. You keeping an eye on the chat?
No. I'll go back to it this minute. They're talking amongst themselves, they're fine. They're talking about the, you know, the Stratus and that again. So, Jax, if you just read through the chat, they're so helpful on here, you know what I mean? And Colin from Wood Wizardry, Midnight Jokers, put an answer on there for you as well. Pete's signing out briefly, he's going to the workshop.
Braving it, is he?
Sorry?
He's braving it, is he?
Douglas said, Steve, how'd you get meat out of a mushroom?
Hello, what?
How'd you get meat out of a mushroom?
How do you get meat out of a mushroom?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you. Is that a joke or is there a punchline?
Colin from Wood Wizardry and Douglas Mungan both said you could do a chocolate Victoria sponge. Oh no, Colin said Victoria sponge with chocolate frosting.
Oh, no. Right, so because there's a few cracks in that, I'm going to sand and seal this, and I'm going to
Duncan the Demon Barber's on.
super glue this before we get too far into it. So I'm going to just put a little bit of sand and sealer on there, just so. Actually, is it sand? Yeah, it's sand and sealer. Cool, there's a lot of cracks in there actually. Just so the super glue doesn't stick to the soak into the wood, basically.
Yeah, I don't want sticky. Don't like sticky.
There is a lot of cracks in there. So there we go. Just let it dry a little bit, and then we'll get some super glue in there. Let's get some super glue.
Who's my advice on cooking? Is that Colin? Colin, I've got a chicken. Is it better? So I want it to all fall off the bone.
Poor old Colin comes on here to watch a video, chill out, sit there with his coffee in his hand, chilling out, and you're asking him cooking questions.
Shut
Poor
up.
old boy.
I told you this is a Nikki show.
Welcome to the Nikki Show.
Debbie Beardle's on. Hello, Debbie.
Hi, Debbie.
Colin, sorry. Be so rude and interrupt, Stephen.
Sorry.
Is it better to cook it? Because I want it to all fall off the bone, because we don't do bones really. And don't want to put it in the slow cooker. Is it better to cook it slow and long, or normal temperature, so quick? Tornado Dubras said apple cake with cream cheese frosting. Don't use the apple Steve's making. He ain't making an apple, mate. He's making a mushroom. See, you're not convinced, everybody, mate.
What, that I'm making a mushroom? Ooh,
yeah.
That's one. So I'm just going to fill
Jesus, I know you said it's going to be a big one, but...
That's all the girls say. Right, so I'm just going to put a little bit of thin in there to start with to fill, so that soaks in.
Douglas said, Steve, you said you needed to take more meat out.
Oh, I see what you mean now, Douglas. Sorry.
Pete's back, he's on the workshop computer.
That's the old Norfolk attitude, the sense of humour.
Benjamin said, right guys, I need to post a bowl I have turned to someone. What service would you recommend that will collect from my door?
I don't know about from your door.
Will.
Royal Mail will collect from your door, but they obviously charge for it.
Why can't you go to the post office?
Perhaps they don't want to. Perhaps they just don't want to go. Right, so just last one.
I love Woodturning from Adam said, hi all, messaging up the Swanee. Saying hi again.
I think some of them had
Did you
issues
feel
with.
you was missed out?
I
Oh.
think some of them had issue with the chat not loading properly. From what I was reading when before we went live.
Mm. Oh, Gav said normal time, Nikki, and put a cup of water in the bowl. Right, Four Canals has got a question. Which bandsaw, Laguna 18, BX or Axminster 83352B, was looking at a record power Sabre 450?
That's what I would have. I'd had the record power one if I was going to buy one. But that's only because I'm a record power freak. You know what I mean? But
Pete said mushrooms go better with chicken. Long and slow is what you want, Nikki. I tell Steve that don't happen. What's the wood being used today? Bet you took off my firewood, didn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit off the fire pile, to be perfectly honest. I don't
Is
know
it
what it
really?
is. Yeah, I just walked past them and thought, oh, that'll do. Because I couldn't do my apple. So yeah, it's a piece off the fire pile. So I would imagine it's either a piece of sycamore, which I
Brent's
don't.
off.
Who?
Brent is going to go and do something with a bit of sycamore.
See you later, Brent. Have a good day. So it's either a piece of sycamore, which I don't think it is. I think it's a piece of fruit wood, actually. It looks very similar to the piece I used, or the same stuff as I used Friday night, which I thought was pear. So, because I have got quite a bit of pear wood, because one of the orchards that I shoot in, they pulled some trees out, and I asked if I could have the wood, and you know what farmers are like. They'll give you anything as long as you go and take it away. So I think that is about it. Yeah, a lot of people you have the bandsaw, the Axminster bandsaw, but you know what I mean. I don't know. Each to their own, isn't it? It's each to their own.
I know, Daniel. I wanted an apple. He always makes excuses.
Ain't my fault that they didn't deliver the bits I need, is it?
Terry reckon DPD or Hermes collect from the door.
Oh, there you go. Afternoon, Valerie. Valerie's in.
I ain't got that far. I was just reading through the chat again because I've missed a few.
All right, so I'm going to slightly undercut this a little bit. I'm going to try
I
and
don't even
undercut
know
it.
where you are.
I'm here. I'm in this room.
Yeah, I know, unfortunately. You worried me a bit when you said, oh, I'm going to do the turning and then I'm coming in the house. I was like, what? Yeah, Valerie, mushroom. Not an apple, a mushroom. Great, hey? Actually, you could, if you varnish that, we can have that in the garden. I did think it was going to, when you said you was doing a bit bigger mushroom, I was thinking it could go with my little mushrooms. Didn't realise you meant a lot bigger mushroom.
All right. I think I've got super glue spraying all over me.
Not over that jacket, I've just washed that.
It's all right. I won't need washing where the super glue is.
Dr. Bob put, being a Record Power superfan, have they fixed your lathe yet, Free? No.
No, it's actually been all right lately, to be perfectly honest.
Valerie, why are you up at 5:30?
I was up at 5:30.
Yeah, sat watching telly all morning.
Well, how do you think Valerie's seeing us? What are you doing?
Who, me? Look to me here.
see what that's like. Try and undercut that a little bit.
Oh.
So we need to go in just a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Jigsy's on.
Hi, Jigsy.
Jigsy in the shed. Colin says, I've made a few and made a fairy glen at the bottom of my garden. Yeah, we've got a nice bit at the bottom of the garden that we didn't make a feature of. Mark Stroughton is on.
Hi, Mark.
They're talking about things.
Life.
No, right. Jennifer. Hi, Jennifer, if she's lurking.
Oh, Jennifer Stroughton. Just want to try and get that in a little bit tighter to there.
Do you know what?
I'm going to teach you how to use a computer. You might be better off that way.
That's not, it's the mouse.
It's not. Bad craftsman always blames their tool.
Sorry.
I'm going to use a spindle gouge to try
Valerie
and get
said, woke up early, could not get back to sleep, figured I would catch up on video so that I could still catch the live, so here I am.
So I'm using a
Oh,
half
Mark,
inch.
you can't. Of
What?
course you can, Mark. Can I check in a couple of links? Go for it, my mean.
Yeah, put in the crafty link as well, Mark, for next weekend.
Colin's got a question. Just looking at the SC, I think that's supposed to be a 3, I'm not sure. Chuck, what is the curved bit of metal for? Looks like a angled handle.
Angled candle?
Angled handle. Handle.
Oh, right. That might be the key to get it off of the machine, mate. Yeah, you get a key to get it off the machine. That's what it could be.
Wayne Bigfoot's on.
Hi, Wayne. Hi, Valerie. Hope you're both well. Have you got time to sit there, Wayne? I think you got that wall to do.
Clive said it's for hooking into the insert holes to get the chuck off the lathe.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Mark's put a link in for Jennifer's new channel.
Yep.
Debbie said, do you use Robert Sorby to sharpen them?
Yes, I use.
If so, what setup do you use on a bowl gouge?
What? Say that last piece again. What?
Setup
Right.
do you use on a bowl gouge?
Yes, I do use the Robert Sorby Pro Edge. And on a bowl gouge, I use the 45-45 grind.
And Wayne said it's lunchtime. He's allowed to have a break.
Hey, what Valerie says. Just going to turn this up a little bit. So I can get a bit better cut on that. This wood's a little bit pucky.
Jennifer Craft and Create. No, sorry.
Yes, Jennifer Straw.
No, shush. Craft and Creations.
Yeah, that's Jennifer Straw.
I know.
It's a new channel.
Oh, jeez.
Well, I've got to keep you in tow, you see.
She's put, good afternoon, everyone. Just lurking about making dinner before Mark goes to work because it's his birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Mark. I'd like to say I hope you have a good day, but obviously if you're going to work. So, I think just a little bit more undercutting.
I'm a Wally. Don't
Wally?
worry.
Where's Wally?
Hey!
What?
Glenn's on.
Hey, Glenn.
I hope you ain't drunk again.
Yeah, what's this I hear, Mr. Senior? You sending my wife dirty texts?
They weren't dirty. Just threw me a bit. He put, I was going to give you a plug, Steve, but it looks like you're turning one, lol. Jennifer's got a no, she hasn't. Debbie's got a question. 45, is that on the V block?
No, I will show you. It's easier to show you than it is to explain it. So let's find a camera that we can turn. That one. So let's turn this around so you can see the Robert Sorby Proj. Right, so 45, you can see, I don't know if you get it with all machines, but when I got mine, I got this gauge plate here. So you got 35 degrees, 40 degrees, 45 degrees, and 50 degrees. So when you set your gouge up, obviously set it up with the jig, slide it in, and then I use the middle hole, which gives me a 45 degree angle. You do get this block with it, which gives you that one there. But that's the one I use. Center hole on a 45 degree, and that gives you, let's move that back, too far. That gives you the 45 fingernail grind. So it's not too steep, not too, oh, that's why it's a bit drastic to cut, because the gouge is covered in super glue. But yeah, 45. Actually, I'll sharpen this. I'll turn this and sharpen you, and that'll be easy to show you. So obviously, this is your jig. This goes into there. You set that on your 45 degree mark. Nip it up. Center hole. And that is it. That's all you need. Easy as that. Perfect grind every time. 45. Too far. But like I say, on some machines you don't actually get the gauge that screws to your workbench for some reason. I don't know why they do it without the gauge, because you can't really do it without the gauge. But if you're buying the machine, then obviously just check. I think you can buy them for about 15 quid. They're not expensive, but in my eyes, if you need it, you should get it with the machine, really. Alright, so let's just undercut this a little bit. I should cut a little bit better now. It's got all the super glue off of it.
Got another question, just 1 second. Cool age, that's Daniel, isn't it?
Yep.
Is that some red in the wood or just a shadow right under the cap? So if you look on your camera when it's spinning, can you see there's like glow? There's a reflection of something in it.
Just let me finish turning this. Here.
Wait a minute, because obviously we're behind on the screen. I can't see.
You talking there?
Wait a minute, I think.
Just below the where the mushroom dome's over.
Why won't my thing catch up? Yeah. There's a reflection.
Yeah, that's just the reflection.
That's a reflection off one of your tools, isn't it?
No, that's just the shadow, because the light's over that side.
Yeah, there, yeah.
So it's just the shadow. So just turn this, curve this. Try and curve this out a little bit. So I just got a little bit of a lip
Glenn
in
said,
there.
is that a diamond belt?
No diamond. No Glim. JP's got that at the moment. We split 50-50. He has it for 3 months. I have it for 3 months. Right. So see what shape we got.
Did you see what James said? He said that is not 45. That's 50.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. Well, I'm 50 then. 50-45 then. Right. so just a little bit more in the back there. Just clean out with a spindle gouge. Right, so I think we've got the shape we want. Does it look mushroom shaped, Nick? What do you reckon?
Just a sec. That's behind. Sorry, look. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's your birthday sorted then. Right, so what I'm going to do is just give this another pass.
Good input. I'm glad I bought a good one for you both, Lol.
So I'm just going to...
Benjamin said he thinks it's the same camera glitch that makes your hands turn red, so the shadow looks a little red.
Yeah.
Put your hand back under the camera.
These cameras are actually a bit better. I've changed cameras to a different maker camera, and they are slightly better. They don't actually make my hand look so red. Still red, but not as red.
No, your eye is red. Colin said he likes the shape.
Thank you, Colin. So I'm just going to run another pass. So it's just basically to get the super glue off it, really.
Debbie said I'll have to get the 3-hole thingy as I'm struggling with what I have. Richard RJK Spinningwood said it's the colour reflecting off your new cupboard.
Yeah.
Just a minute, I've got to pick myself up off the floor.
Why?
Your dad said, too much washing up.
Washing
Don't
up?
be so stupid.
That's what we have a dishwasher for, don't wash up. Right, so I think
Little
we need...
fairies come and do all that.
Of course they do. So let's just nip that back up, because I'm now going to take this end support up. Move that live out of there before I end up putting a hole in my elbow. So just clean this end up.
Douglas said, does the mushroom come with egg and bacon? Jigsy's put red light district, like our daughter's bedroom. She insists on having a red light, don't she?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea. Colin said you've got to get the Dremel out and put doors and windows in it.
Okay.
I'll say it again. Colin said get the Dremel out and put a door and windows in it.
Well, I was just wondering how... I was just processing it.
I'll say it again.
I think I might have drilled that hole a little bit. Oh no, it's alright now. It's gone now. Right, so that's that little bit of tear out in there, but we can live with that. So I'm just going to sweep that around there a little bit better.
Glyn put, do you have to wash the pots? I just get them out of the cupboard. No, the fairies do it, Glyn. Fairies do everything in this house. Mark's going back upstairs. He reckons it's too cold down there.
In his workshop. You got to buy yourself a heater.
I reckon that's 21 in here.
think we are there. So just got to sand it now then. So let's get it sanded up. Turn it down. Extraction will help, won't it? So I'm going to sand this up to 240 grit, and then I'm going to risk my fingers using Yorkshire grit on it. I'm going to have to do that by hand, I think. I think I'll get in there.
Oh, I've got some questions. Wait a minute. I've just messaged my niece. Right, Douglas said, Steve, are you painting the cap red? Nope.
No, I'm not allowed to colour
I
it.
want it painted. I don't know. I'll have to have a look at it. Oh, Colin, he's coming. Brilliant ideas. Drill a hole in the bottom and put fairy lights in it.
Just block him, will you?
Tip it on the naughty step. Dr. Bob said, don't forget to leave room when you hollow out. Don't forget to leave room when you hollow out for the batteries in for the LEDs under the cap. That'd be good. Ruby Claire's on.
Hi, Ruby.
She had to preview a video they shot yesterday. Neil said they got 2 inches of snow.
Lucky boy.
Mike said, okay, who broke the YouTubes?
Yeah, it's been a bit glitchy the last few days.
That's 26 degrees Fahrenheit where Valerie is.
Blimey. I don't want to get my fingers near that lip because that's a bit uneven.
Douglas said, with white spots. Red with white spots.
That's a fairy tale mushroom, isn't it?
Yeah, I do need more than one, Douglas, you're right.
Well, next Sunday.
Mark's back.
Hey.
Hopefully a little bit warmer, bless him. Benjamin said you could drill a hole in the top to store your carrots. Jigsy's got to go.
See you later, Jigsy. Thanks for popping in. Just check that. A little bit of tear out on the end there, so we just check that. There's a little bit in there still. Just get that tear out in there. Just remember when you're doing sort of things like this, guys, mind your fingers. Because if that comes around and smacks you, it's going to hurt. Right, so that is 100. So let's do 120.
Jennifer said, Mark said thank you everyone for his birthday wishes, but he's on the phone to his son. His son has just rung him. Sorry, not said hello to everyone, but it's been busy.
No, that's fine. As long as he
Mark
has a good.
Pritchard's going because it's lunchtime.
See you later, Mark.
Apparently Cardiff's only got a dust in the snow.
Yeah, we ain't got a lot.
Pete from Trista Tree says, don't forget the chimney with intense burner for smoke. You are getting a bit technical now. And your dad said, do you seal the bath when you sit before polishing?
Bark, I think it means.
When
Yeah,
you...
yeah, I'm going to seal the whole thing, Dad. As soon as I've sanded it up to, I'm going to seal the whole thing. So 240. Do, 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 do. Right, see what that's like. Oh, it's nice and smooth. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sand and seal that. And that will seal it. Oops, wrong one. So I'm using Hampshire, no I'm not, I'm using Chestnut Products Sand and Sealer. Thin down, 60-40. So it soaks in nice. So give the bark a coat as well, just to seal it.
See, you can do things other than balls. And colouring.
You just don't blooming ungrateful.
Bought you a book and you don't even look at it.
But they're bowl shapes.
Yeah, they're not
They're
all
not.
different.
They're not mushroom shapes. Oh look, there's a shape of a mushroom in this book. Right, underside.
Oh, man, so cold. Malcolm Douglas is back from his lunch.
Right, Malcolm.
James Cassidy said, snow here in Surrey disappearing fast. Benjamin said Steve spent a lot of time sanding the beef-shaped part. Barry said it's snowing heavy here in Wisbech, coming your way. Woohoo!
Can't wait. Get the truck out. Let's go.
Oh, Douglas asked how your build's going with the cold weather.
Yeah, it's going very well. At the moment, we're not. The roof is still on at the moment, but we're having it scaffolded. I believe they're doing it this week. I believe we're having it scaffolded right over the top of it, so it shouldn't stop us.
Jack's got to go.
See you later, Jax. Thank you very much for coming over. Nice to see you in the chat. Yeah, so the build is going well, and I've spoken to the customer, and they are quite happy for me to take loads of videos and loads of pictures to do like a progress video at the end. So, and I said what I'd do is, because obviously she wants to show her friends, and I said I'd put it on a DVD for her so she could show her friends as well. So that's the plan. So that'll just show people. Well, I know it's not really what the channel's about, but it's just a little bit of an insight of the grunt job that pays for the hobby. So just give us another coat, just to sort of, well, hopefully the bark won't fall off in. So we'll let that dry. So like I say, I thin the sand and sealer down 60-40, and that soaks in nice then. So I'm just going to burnish this up a little bit with a bit of shavings really, just to dry it off. So what I'm going to do now, Yeah, Colin.
Sorry, I'm typing.
It's funny you should say that. We took out some beam that was holding the original doors up the other day. They're only soft pine, but they're nearly 3 inches thick by about 12 inches across, and I thought they'd make some ideal blanks for testing, for just demoing and practicing on. So I did ask the customer if I could have them, and she said at the end of the day, whatever's left at the end of the job that she doesn't want, I am more than happy. She is more than happy for me to have. There's been a couple of old window lintels we've taken out and all, which are oak, but they're not in the best condition. A little bit of worm in them, but I may be able to. I was hoping to sort of you get them and then do them with a bit of resin or get a vacuum chamber and stabilise them, but we'll see what happens. The customer won't want them at the end of the day. At the end of the day, are hers.
Clive said, was woodworm just in the bark?
Yeah, it looks like it, Clive. I don't think it's actually in the piece. There's no holes anywhere else, so hopefully. Right, so I'm using Yorkshire Grit Original for this, just to get this buffed up.
Malcolm Douglas said, am I going to chop up the mushroom for lunch?
I'm not going to spend a lot of time trying to get on the inside, but I will do a little bit because I like my fingers where they are, and I've got a kitchen to do next week, so I really need them. So I'm just going to buff this up with the Yorkshire Grit. Oops. This should take us up to about 1,000 grit. Spend a bit of time on it. Take your time. No major pressure needed. Let the actual abrasive paste do all the work. As it starts to work in, you'll feel the tissue get smoother. So you know it's doing its job. Just at the inside.
Old pine will be nice to turn. Closer grain usually. That's what Glyn said.
Yes. I thought it'd be ideal for you. I mean, they're like nearly 6 meters long. I thought they'd be ideal for doing demo blanks out of. Just cut them all up and use them as demo blanks. Bit of practicing. Don't cost nothing, do they?
Colin also said, awesome, Steve. Roof trusses too.
Well, the roof trusses are knackered, mate. They're only 4.5 by 1.75 inches, 2 inches maximum. Most of them are rotten. They ain't a lot of good, to be honest.
Can you bring him home for firewood?
Well, it depends what she wants, don't it? Because she's going to have a log burner, isn't she?
Mm.
End of the day, it is hers, isn't it? I can't really.
Yeah, I've taken it down. I'm keeping it.
Yeah.
Finders keepers. No, I understand that. I'm just saying. Seems you burnt a lot of ours.
Well, you can't keep it. You have to burn. That's what it's for. So, just get this buffed up. Get a little bit of speed on it. Just speed up a little bit.
Yes, Douglas, at his carrots you can hear being chopped.
You can just see the sheen starting to come on that now. Yorkshire Grit's cutting it way nice. So we'll get a clean bit of tissue. Just finish it off.
Colin said that's a shame.
Yeah.
Paul Smith said, nice work as usual, Steve. Well done, mate.
Thank you very much, Paul. Very much appreciated.
Colin said he got some the other day, 8 before.
What, roof trusses?
I don't know.
You don't see many 8 before roof trusses nowadays.
Glimper's good stuff.
It's not bad. Right, so clean off the tissue, so we know we've got it all off, and it's nice and smooth. What?
Come have a look.
You can have a look at my mushroom,
Oh,
have you?
that's not so good on there, is what it's seen in person.
It's not as good, what?
On the screen.
I never are, really. They always look. Right, so we're just going to finish off with a bit of wax 22. Alright, we'll go then. Right, so, sorry about that. Alright, so a bit of wax 22. Just give us a nice coat, just to protect it more than anything, until she decides what she wants to do with it. So just, I'm not going to put it on the bark, because that'll put white residue all over it, so we'll just leave the bark natural. See you later, Paul. Have a good day. Thanks for coming over. So we'd normally leave this 15-20 minutes to soak in, but as it's alive, we're going to buff it off straight away. So like I say, all the time, don't need no major pressure, just gently buffing it over. Put too much pressure on it, you'll burn your wax off, and it'll just go matte again. So just buff it. And if you want a deeper shine, you can put more coats on. But for this, I'm just going to put one coat on it. So there you go, we've got a nice little shine on it. Nothing major, just a sheen. So all we need to do now is just part it and separate it off. Got quite a nice bit of grain in that wood, actually. It's a really nice bit of wood. I've got a question here, let's have a look. Vince, do you ever do them with live edge bases? I haven't. This is only the third mushroom I've ever turned, Vince. So I'm not really a professional in it by far. So no, I haven't. Richard, question: has anyone seen or heard from the Dutch Turner or Paul Lockwood? Used to see. The Dutch Turner actually put something on TikTok the other day. So I've seen him on there. I haven't heard or seen from Paul. We were saying this the other day, funny enough, in a group chat that we haven't heard from Paul Lockwood. I hope he's okay. No, like I say, I've seen the Dutch Turner on TikTok the other day. So other than that, but like I say, I haven't heard from Paul. Right, so I'm going to park this just in front of my jaws. Obviously, I don't want to catch my jaws. And then I'm not going to go all the way through, obviously, because that's just going to be so unbalanced. I ain't going to be able to catch it. So I'm going to finish it off with a saw. Put some safety glasses on. So put a slight undercut on it, so we don't get the edge. So I'm going to go no deeper in that because it's quite a bit out of shape. So I'm just going to grab a saw and cut that. Right, so I move this out of the way. Just cut through that, and I'll clean up on the linisher. So there we go. So I'll just do is get this on the linisher and just clean up a little bit quickly. So there we go. There is our, let's get something to stand on. Our mushroom. Thank you, Glyn. Glad you enjoyed. Right, so there's our mushroom, guys. Let's change camera so you can see it from the side. I don't know if you'll be able to see that one. Let's try that one. So there you go. As you can see, I think the base might be a little bit too chunky. Should have made that a bit more rounded, really, so it's got curving. But there it is. The governor's back. We're all right now. The governor's back.
Oh, sorry.
Thanks, Mark. I'm a fun guy.
Oh, you've read it, have you?
There was a couple of questions I think I missed. So,
Steve, have you thought about turning a lid for your coffee mug? That's what you was going to do, weren't you?
yeah. I haven't yet. No. So, like I say,
Richard, did you answer Richard? RJK Spinningwood.
What was the question?
Has anyone seen or heard
Yes,
from
I
the
did.
Dutch Turner or Paul Lockwood?
Yeah, I did answer that. Yeah, I did answer that.
Vince said, do you ever do them with live edge base?
Yeah, I answered that one. No, like I said to him, this is about only the third or fourth mushroom I've actually ever turned. So I've never ever done with a live base before. But like I said, I suppose really with a mushroom, there's no actual right and wrong shape because they're all no two mushrooms are the same, are they? It's like flowers. No two flowers are always the same. So I suppose it never really matters. But
Dr. Bob said, don't forget to felt the bottom to hide the hidden compartment.
Yeah. So there you go. It's nice. Actually, the only thing I don't like about it is this should have been a bit thinner, I think. But it's all right, I suppose. It'd be okay.
Well, I'm going to have that in my garden.
In your garden, I'd have to varnish it.
I don't want to grow it yet. Yeah, I don't want to grow it yet. It's snowing, by the way.
Is that all right?
Yeah,
so across the width here is 7 inches.
Real ones?
Yeah, real inches.
Did you prove it?
Mr. Stanley says so. And then across the width is around about 5.5, and it is 5.5 inches high. So it's not huge. But what I will do is I'll just finish it. I've just roughed that out on the linisher just so it's sat flush. But I will clean that out a bit better with the orbital sander, and I will lacquer it so Nick can have it outside through the summer. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed. I do apologise it wasn't an apple like we promised, but
disappointing.
Always disappointing. Story of my life. Story of my life.
I'm used to it.
So yeah, but I will, if the bits come through the week, I will be doing an apple next week. So like I said, yeah, sorry. So thank you so much to all the newbies come over, all the new people come over to the channel. It's very much appreciated. Hope you've enjoyed what you've seen. We don't always do mushrooms and fruit. We sometimes do bowls as well. So yeah, yeah. See, she don't like bowls. So thank you very much. Let's have a look at the comments. Hodgepodge has got a premiere tonight. Oh, he's doing live turn in 15 minutes. So make sure I'll see if I can find his link to chuck in the chat, or if Mark's in the chat, if he could put his link in for me. Ruby, it's a bit of a touchy situation. Some people say you can't, some people say you can. I've lacquered over wax and never had any issues. The only thing you got to be careful of is when you, if you're doing a bowl, say, and you've put a wax over it and you decide to lacquer it, you can use methylated spirits to remove the wax. But what I normally do is I normally just burnish the wax off, and then lacquer over the top of that. Now, a lot of people say you shouldn't lacquer over a wax, which I agree, you shouldn't lacquer over a wax, but I have. And as long as if you want to put the piece back on your machine to polish, so it's a nice highly glossed finish, as long as you don't apply loads of pressure and get the lacquer hot, you should be okay. It's when you apply loads of pressure and the lacquer gets hot, it dislodges from its key where it's keying, and that's what can cause you issues. But like I say, I've lacquered loads of things over wax, and I've not had no issues. But people some of the manufacturers recommend not to do it, but I've never had any issues with it. So Vince is asking, have you made up your mind what cake you're making?
I was going to do half and half, but I don't know if it'll last. I'm just thinking the girls were at home next week, didn't they? And
Yep. So, but anyway,
probably do both. Probably do one for Steve and one for the girls. Douglas, but Nikki, you worked very hard. Well done. I do work very hard.
yeah, don't we know it? Anyway, guys, thank you so much. Who we got on today? We've got Hodgepodge in 15 minutes, so we'll make sure we're finished for Hodgepodge. Then he normally does a premiere. I'm sure he'll mention that on his live. Then tonight we have Wayne the Woodturner, 8:30, I believe. Wayne the Woodturner is on. I believe he's doing a tea light, or he's done a video for a tea light. Then we have Podcast International, or Podcast International, or whatever it is, Makers Podcast International. Then JP Woodworks. Then Caitlin the Cat. Tomorrow lunchtime, back with Wayne the Woodturner. And tomorrow night at 8 p.m, Mark the Gentleman Woodturner is got a live. Mark, do you want to chuck your link in for tomorrow night?
Mark, I make lemon drizzle cake, but I'm the only one that eats it. So, and I'm
it's too healthy, isn't it?
So I can't have that.
I'll
tell you what. Shut up.
All right, okay.
I tell you what, Mark. When all this is over and we get to see you, I will make you a lemon drizzle cake. That is my promise to you, mate.
Mark.
You shut your mouth.
Oh dear.
Colin prefers fruitcake.
Who said that?
Colin, you like fruitcake, don't you?
I love fruitcake. Yeah, nobody ever makes me fruitcake.
There's one in the cupboard.
I have to buy it from blooming Tesco's now. It's not the same. My mum and dad used to do wedding cakes, and man, best cake you ever tasted. So Wayne's premiere, Mark's just put in for tonight. I believe that's 8:30. Wayne's premiere. Like I say,
your link, Mark.
Yeah, and like I say, then we've got Wayne tomorrow dinner time, and then Mark's on tomorrow night. Then we start over again. I don't know if he has, or whether he's took it off. But Scott,
right, I'm going to go. Take care, everyone. Stay safe. Bye.
Scott, the Blue Light Turner, on his webpage had a list of all the lives. I'll just check his channel and see if it's still on there or not. Let's have a look. Events. Let's have a look. Right. Yes. If you go to thebluelightturner.com under Makers Shows, Scott on there has got a full list of all the demos on throughout the week. Obviously, some of them are a little bit altered now because people have got other commitments to not doing them, or they've stopped doing them. But most of the ones that I actually do on there are on there. So go and check that out. and you should be able to find out who's doing what and when. So it's thebluelightturner.com, and under makers event or makers shows, that'll be under there. So thank you very much for coming over. Thank you to all the newbies. Thank you to everybody who normally comes over. Thanks for joining us again. Hope you've enjoyed it. Like I say, I do apologise it wasn't an apple, but I hope you've enjoyed what we did. I'm going to clean this mess up, and I'll see you guys. My next live will be Friday evening. So what I'm making or what I'm turning, don't know, but hopefully I'll be joined with some good friends, and hopefully we'll have a bit of entertainment. So have a great weekend, or what's left of it. Speak to you soon. Take care, and bye for now. Bye.
That's all, folks.